Gun lawyer here, Cheshire DeBrosse, coming to you from Columbus, Ohio, munitionsgroup.com. I'm here with Carolyn. I always get your last name wrong, Carolyn.
Roby Warren.
All right, so it's one of those hyphenated names.
Yes.
You're one of those new age liberals.
Oh, yes.
You can't give up your maiden name.
Yeah.
I'm joking, by the way. I know I'm going to get comments for that. So Carolyn here is with Ohio Carry. It's another grassroots local organization, continuing our series of grassroots organizations. Carolyn, tell the audience a little bit about Ohio Carry and what they do, what their role is in the state.
Ohio Carry was founded in 2012 by Brett and Eric Pusillo, young men, and they're from up north in Kent.
Mm-hmm.
And they just started a little group called Northeast Ohio Carry, and they formed chapters 4 years ago. And I became the president of their central chapter. What we do is OFCC, Ohioans for Concealed Carry. They spend a lot of time at the State House.
Mm-hmm.
And I will get notifications from my friends at OFCC that, hey, we need some bodies there. We need people on advocacy.
Right.
I have a hard time with that word, advocacy day. And so Jeff and I go, or I get a couple friends and we go with OFCC
mm-hmm.
as Ohio Carry members. And we do a lot of education.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a Facebook following that's huge, like 13,000 people. And we get a lot of questions like, I'm going to the hospital, can I carry my firearm?
Right.
So when we get these questions, we answer them. We're kind of like a resource. Where can I get training in the Northeast Ohio area?
Okay.
Where can I get attorney advice? And of course, we direct them to
You're more of a practical arm of the grassroots
Yes.
organizations then, is a good
Yes.
way to put it. You're boots on ground when need be,
Yes.
informational resource when need be.
Yes.
More for the just, a resource to go if you're an everyday gun owner.
Yes, exactly.
But you do advocate.
Absolutely.
Okay. But you let the other organizations lead that advocacy, is that correct?
Yes, so to speak. Now we will handle tiny things. Like the little municipality I live in
mm-hmm.
Was in violation of 9.68. So we sent them a little letter.
Okay.
And we got the situation under control.
Okay. So you fill in the gaps where there's gaps.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ohio Carry is a great organization. I've met the founders once or twice, and
mm-hmm.
good people,
mm-hmm.
good soul of the earth people. They stay out of the political war, so to speak.
So to speak.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yes.
out of the affray.
Yes.
And do they just focus on the issues at hand
Right.
and pursue that?
Well, another thing that we do, Derek, is we like to put out there that there are good guys with guns.
Mm-hmm.
Our central chapter adopts a highway. We go out and clean up 270, 4 times a year. We have Christmas parties where we help people that may not have the finances to get their children Christmas presents.
So there's a charitable function as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely.
It's being with and in the community and of the community.
Absolutely.
And showing them that gun owners are not something to be afraid of.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
How did you personally get involved in it? How did you find out about it?
I just purchased my first gun in 2011, and I made some friends, and my instructor happened to be involved with Ohioans for Concealed Carry, and he knew people in the gun world, is what I say. And somebody had contacted me to ask me if I would think about being president of the central chapter, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm new, I know nothing. Me? And that was 4 years ago.
So in 2011, you bought your first gun.
Yes.
Why did it help? And I don't want to ask your age.
I'm 51.
Okay.
I'm 51.
I didn't ask.
No,
I did not ask.
No, he's very polite.
That is an interesting age to get involved in firearm ownership. You want to tell the audience a little bit about why you did that?
Certainly. My husband had a friend for years that after some time found drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was put on a hit list.
Mm.
And I was scared. And I purchased my first firearm.
Okay.
And I took training instantly. And I was an instructor 4 months later.
Now, before then, were you anti-gun?
Yes, I didn't believe anybody but law enforcement or military should have firearms. Now, I wasn't mom's demand action out there with my signs.
Right.
I would just object if you brought up the subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So as the audience can see, I mean, gun ownership takes a variety of forms and personalities, Carolyn being a good example of that. What have you come to realize that you had misconceptions about in the gun community before?
I thought everybody sat around and drank beer and shot out in the country
Well, we do that.
But I mean, at the same time, we don't do that.
I don't do that.
No, exactly. I had no idea that doctors, attorneys, IT people carried guns every day. I thought it was just simply hunters and.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to offend anybody, so.
You're not going to, well,
Okay.
I probably offend half my audience every day, so that doesn't really matter. We'll hear about it in the comments that I usually ignore.
Right.
So.
I didn't know that it was people on their day-to-day lives carrying, you know.
Okay. You're still involved? You're glad you got involved?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Obviously you're female. Talk to the audience a little bit about the female's role in the gun industry and where it's going from what your viewpoint is, being an instructor yourself.
Right. It is growing.
Yeah.
It is growing. Women are finally taking control of their own self-defense.
So do you think it's do you consider yourself a feminist, one, and two, if you do you think it's a feminist issue to actually own a gun, to be self-empowered, to be able to defend their lives?
I'm not a feminist. I just believe in empowering yourself. You know, when I give classes, I work a lot with beginner women. And I hear so often from women, well, my husband's buying me a gun, or I had a jam and my husband cleared it for me. So I'm all about that. No, you go buy your gun. You go into the gun store. I offer this deal where I'll shop with anybody. You know what? Come on. If you've never been to a gun store, it's intimidating. Let's do this.
Will you buy the gun? If I go shopping with you, do you pay for it?
No, I will not. No, I will
That might be illegal, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I don't play into the damsel in distress.
Okay.
And when I address the women in my class, we talk about that a lot.
Okay.
Take control of this, you know? So you rely on your husband, your boyfriend to defend you. Well, what happens if, God forbid, he should be shot in the process?
Right.
You have a firearm that you have no idea what to do with.
I found that women are actually, when I teach, I'm an instructor as my audience knows, women are better shots a lot of times.
Women listen in class.
You know, they listen and their nerves are generally more calm.
Yes.
The Russians used to use women in I believe, World War II as snipers, actually, for that reason. So very interesting. But that's great. So how are your classes going? Where people can find you? Where can people find Ohio Carry?
Ohio Carry is ohiocarry.org. We have a Facebook page too, Ohio Carry. I am Carolyn Carries on Facebook if you're looking for instruction, and I just give small little classes.
Okay. So anything else you want to tell the audience? Anything that's on your mind? What's going on in politics? What you encourage them to do? Anything at all?
Well, I recently worked with Ohioans for Concealed Carry at the State House, and we need people. We need people to write letters, to call your representatives. There's so much going on right now, and I feel that the environment's ripe to get all the changes done that we'd like to see done. And just become involved. Get off the computer and come down to the State House. Yeah,
it's important. If we're not out there doing this work, these rights go away. There's a reason why only 20-some states had concealed carry in the 70s, is because people fall asleep at the wheel. We can't do that anymore.
No.
They're out there, they're looking to take advantage of our weaknesses, and we have to fill those gaps. And it's organizations like Ohio Carry that do that. So please look them up. Get trained as well. Females out there, call Carolyn. She's a hoot, a lot of fun. Good people, be a good person to know if you're looking for somebody. Maybe your friends are not, gun friendly, and you want to meet a girlfriend or just a friend in the gun industry that's female. Carolyn's
and I understand being a woman and some of the obstacles we face too.
Yeah. There's a lot of stigma to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I always relish when I get females in the class because I know they're going to listen.
Yeah, so. Exactly.
Sorry to my male friends out there. But very good. So if you guys have any questions, you can find us at the munitionsgroup.com website. Carolyn's giving you her information. Look her up, give her a call, thank her in the comments. As always, remember to be safe out there and carry on.